Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. So, it appears West Ham are close to their first major signing of the summer, Areola from PSG, assuming things don't go tits up very soon. See what I've done there? That's as good as it gets in this video. But anyway, I think it's an excellent deal for West Ham. Over the years, whenever we do a signing, there's always risks involved to some extent, and I'm aware every transfer has a risk, but your job is to try and minimise those risks through research, through scouting, through analysis, whatever. Your job, the guy that's buying that is to minimise those risks. But Thomas Souček kind of risk. He's never played in Premier League. Marko Anavic, with his attitude, Jack Wilshere, injury history, they all have risks. It's very rare a transfer comes along at West Ham that just ticks all the boxes. But this one, this transfer deal, as we believe it to be, does that for me. I think it's an excellent deal for West Ham, and I'll get onto that in just a minute. But we've saw a few players arrive this summer already, but they look like they're destined for under 23s. They might be on the verge of the first team next season. We might see them here and there, but I don't think we'll see too much. But Areola appears to be the first major one, and we all know who he is, the goalkeeper from PSG, all known at Fulham last season. He had a fantastic season for them as well, and it's caught a few people by surprise actually, this transfer, because it came out a week ago or so ago that we were after him, that PSG wanted 15 million euros for him, and West Ham were trying to get him on loan, and it was sort of dismissed a little bit because of the finances of the deal. But it appears over the last 24 hours, not only is it back on, but it's also very, very close to being completed. But anyway, before we get into it, I just want to point you in the direction of the sponsor of this video, the One Football app. It's the best football app for football fans, in one's opinion. Myself and Gonzo use it every single game in the build-up show. When we do the build-up show and we read out the West Ham lineup and the opposition lineup, we're referring to the One Football app, because when you download it, you favourite what you want to follow. So we follow West Ham, keep up to date with all the latest transfer going on, including the Areola deal. But you can also switch on your notifications, so whenever there's a big headline, and it is only the big headline, so don't send you a notification for every article they do about West Ham, but you'll get one about Areola. A few days ago I got one about David Moyes, which I'm going to cover in a video tomorrow because I thought it was an interesting topic. But also then when the lineups come out, if there's any goals, you get the notification straight through to your phone. And of course, the Premier League season is just 1 month away, so what better time to start following all the big transfer rumours and gossip for the other 19 Premier League clubs as well. And you can do that through the One Football app by favouriting the Premier League competition. You don't need to favourite all the other 19 teams, just the competition, just get the big juicy news. Link in the description and the pinned comments, and it's completely free, so get it downloaded today. Now, back to this deal. Areola on loan to West Ham. Now the rumours are there's going to be an option to buy in there, which means in 12 months time we can decide if we wish to purchase him or not, which for a fee which we agree today. I wouldn't be surprised, and this part is just an opinion, I wouldn't be surprised that becomes an obligation. I wouldn't be surprised if PSG say no, we want a guarantee you will sign this goalkeeper in 12 months time, because they've already loaned him out, they've already given him to Fulham last season, put him in the shop window, and it's worked, because here we are, West Ham want to sign him. Now the finances of the deal is why a lot of people dismissed this about a week ago. It came out. However, I'm going to give a credit to this journalist. I've lost him. Here he is. Ekrem Connor. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Apologies to Ekrem. But he reported it a week ago. It got dismissed by some West Ham in the know, so on and so forth. We've had to backtrack in the last 24 hours. They actually, and to be fair to him, I'll say it was Sean Wetstone, because he's done an article today saying actually I got it wrong. Looks like we are going after him. And he was surprised because of the finances, because when he went to Fulham last season, he wasn't cheap. It cost a few £1 million to have him for the year, and his wages are excessive, over £100,000 a week he's on at PSG. But I do think that this is just a case of West Ham seizing an opportunity. I still think earlier in this transfer window, when we were linked with Sam Johnson a lot, I kept dismissing it when I did the transfer rumour show. I kept saying, I don't believe it. I can't see it happening at all. I can't see us spending money on a goalkeeper this summer. Now, because I'm quite stubborn, I'm going to argue I'm technically right. By getting Areola on loan, I would say I'm right. We're still not spending 15 million like I thought we wouldn't do, are we? But I'm also wrong. Reluctantly, I'm slightly wrong, because we do appear to be acquiring a goalkeeper in some form. But the reason why I think we're getting him is because the opportunity is there. And this is unusual for West Ham to some extent. This is almost us being proactive rather than reactive. And I quite like it. It's quite exciting. We know that Fabianski signed a 1-year extension in the summer that we're living in right now. So his contract as it stands expires next summer. So I think we can all agree, because of Fabianski's age, his contract situation, that next summer we would need a new goalkeeper. We would probably need a Sam Johnson or another goalkeeper of that ilk in 12 months' time. Now Areola's come available today, where West Ham have also thought, there's the guy to replace Fabianski. There he is. The problem is, he's available today and not in 12 months. So it looks like they're trying to do a deal so that we don't have to pay for Areola till next summer. I think it's clever. This is why I think it's an excellent deal, because it just takes the pressure off. The number one shirt, the goalkeeping position, needed, dealt with next summer. We're dealing with it now. It's one position, a priority position next summer, done, dealt with. But it's also taking advantage of today's situation at West Ham. What's different from next season compared to last season, the season before, so on and so forth? We've got European football. And I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but what we can do next season compared to every other season is offer two goalkeepers a decent amount of game time. Actually, we've seen it with the big clubs. You don't have to like the idea of having a league goalkeeper and a cup goalkeeper. I'm not asking you to agree with it. I'm not saying do you think it's a good idea. I personally am a bit reluctant myself to have, your number one goalie plays with your defence on a Saturday, then on a Thursday in the Europa League we switch to a different goalie. I get it, I'm a bit reluctant myself, but the fact is that Man City does it in the Cup. Man United are a prime example last season. David De Gea, Dean Henderson. De Gea started the league games, Henderson was a European keeper, and then they switched over towards the end of the season because of David De Gea having a baby in Spain. But that just shows there's evidence there with the bigger clubs that you can keep two top goalkeepers happy. There is enough game time to keep them happy as well. Man United have been doing it for years with the likes of Romero on the bench, but you play him in the cup games. It works. It does work. Arsenal tried it and it was working with Leno and Emi Martinez. And I think that this is a situation where we only have 1 year to do this, West Ham. Unless we qualify for European football again, this is the only season we will be able to say to two goalkeepers, there's enough game time for you here. 6 group stage games in Europa League confirmed. There's a league game, cup game, League Cup game, FA Cup game. And you'd imagine being more domestic cups unless we get unlucky as well. And I think this is a perfect situation. Get Areola in, put him up again in competition against Fabianski. One of them does the league, one of them does the cup. Next summer we reevaluate Fabianski's position. But what it does do is pose the question, what's happening with Darren Randolph? Because he's not the best goalkeeper in the world. No one's ever claimed he has been. But he's too good to be third choice at West Ham. He's too good to not be on the bench. He's good enough to be a number one goalkeeper in the Championship or a sort of bench goalkeeper in the Premier League, but he's too good to be a third choice. Plus we've got David Martin. I know a lot of people say, hang on, David Martin, we don't really need him. I'm aware of that, but that's the purpose of your third choice goalkeeper. You shouldn't really be calling on him. But the thing, what I'm trying to say is, I would not be surprised if Darren Randolph leaves very soon at West Ham. We might get a small fee for him, which will pay Areola's loan fee. Good deal. But what it also does do, it takes away the pressure of Fabianski's fitness. Because last season I had worries about Fabianski's form from the season before. So the season we nearly got relegated, I thought Fabianski was not great. I don't think he was as high standards as usual. The season we've just finished, I thought he was fantastic. Not quite back to his best, but not far off it. I have no issues with Fabianski's form or ability over the last 12 months. What I do have issues with is his injuries. Twice, 2 games last season, and I know it doesn't sound much, but bear in mind he didn't play the cup games, so in theory Fabianski played 35 games. In 2 games we went to a ground to play our game as usual. Fabianski was named on the team sheet and he had to withdraw from the starting 11 due to getting injured in the warm-up, usually from taking, I know one of them was from taking goal kicks. He was practicing goal kicks and he got injured. Randolph come in. That's risky. That is a keeper with injury concerns, long-term injury concerns, and what this does do is it just nips that worry in the bud a little bit, getting Areola in. Actually, I don't think there's too much between them in terms of ability, but there's 6-7 years between them in terms of age. Areola's 28 years old. It's the perfect age to get a goalkeeper in, really. He's in his prime, he's in his peak. We know goalkeepers can go until their mid-30s, so this, assuming we make him permanent in 12 months time, we're sorting the goalkeeping position for 5-6 years here at West Ham. And I like it, I really do, because often we've always had a good keeper at West Ham. We've often got freebies in, but they've worked. But what Fabianski is showing is you spend a bit of money on the position, you can really nail that goalkeeper down for quite a few seasons, and that's exactly what we're doing with Areola as well. We're just not paying for it till next year, sorry. And this is where I think the loan deal is perfect for West Ham. It reminds me of the Souček one. We got Souček in on the January for 4 million. Get relegated, fine, you're back to Slavia Prague. It's a loan deal. Stay up, we pay the remaining 16, and you become a West Ham player. And I think that's what we're going to see here. I think we'll get him in on loan, pay a handful of million to PSG, and then next summer pay the remaining fee to make it a permanent deal. And we have our long-term goalkeeping position solved in the hands of Areola. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. I think this is a fantastic deal. I really like this deal a lot, actually. So Areola looks like he's going to become the first major signing for West Ham this summer. It's a start. There's still a lot of work to do. We still need a few bodies in. We need a striker. But it's a start, and a very affordable start as well. I like it. Anyway, enjoyed this video. Drop a like on it, subscribe you around here. Like I said, I've got a video tomorrow which is on something I saw on OneFootball the other day about David Moyes. I'll catch you in a bit.